Right. Even if it is some type of fear, you so psyched out that you ain't acknowledge, ain't no feeling.
Right. Like I be listening to a lot of guys, uh, and like when they talk about the Muslims in the chain gang, and they talk about guys that blood, GD, Crip, they get in a situation and become Muslim. And the Muslim, like they say, the Muslims accept anybody.
Is that true?
Yeah, definitely. It's a religion. It's not a game.
It ain't no set.
No.
Yeah.
It's like if a blood or a GD or Crip on the street and he want to turn Christian.
Yeah. Okay.
He can't go to church. He can't pray.
Right.
Muslims gonna, God gonna accept you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
God is gonna accept you, man. So we can't say, man, God ain't gonna accept you, man. God don't want you.
Yeah.
But man saying that he want to change his life, you gotta give him a chance to change his life, man.
Why there ain't no Christian group then in chain gang that protect their people?
I don't know. But as Muslims, we mainly protect the Christians.
For real?
Yeah, definitely.
Cause it's just a human thing.
Yes.
Do y'all find yourself protecting civilians as well? Just like, okay, this is right, this is wrong.
Right.
Thing. Okay.
Definitely.
That makes sense. And when did that start? I kind of feel like that's always been a thing behind the walls.
Right.
That's always been a thing.
It has.
I wonder why other spiritual organizations don't move that way.
Like a lot of people these days they got a misunderstanding of Islam. A lot of people think that Muslims don't. We don't worship Jesus, but Jesus is a prophet. So we see Jesus as one of the greatest prophets.
Right.
And you can't be Muslim if you don't believe in Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think that Muslims don't believe in Jesus, don't believe in Moses, don't believe in Noah, don't believe in the prophets of God. We do. But a lot of people, my brother here in prison. A lot of people, when they look at a lot of people who worship Jesus, when they read the Bible and they see that Jesus used to prostrate like Muslims, they don't prostrate. When they see that Jesus used to wear thobes like Muslims,
right?
When you look at TV and you see Jesus wearing a thobe, and you saying that it's okay for Jesus to wear, but it ain't okay for Muslims. Man, I ain't gonna wear that. This is what Jesus was. The man that you worship, the man that you love, the man that you really call God.
Yeah. What do people on the outside completely misunderstand about surviving in the chain gang?
They think that, chain gang is like the streets. And that a lot of times in the streets, you can get around a lot of events. In prison, you right there. You
concentrate.
Yeah. you stuck. You know, so a lot of things that go on in prison, you can't avoid. You can't get around. You know, like some guys think that you can go to prison and stay to yourself and don't have no problem. You know, some guys can make it like that. A lot of guys can't.
Right.
You know, because you're gonna always have predators. And they ain't talking about sexual predators.
Right.
You're gonna have guys that say, "Shit, shorty weak."
That's it.
You know, I'm gonna try him. You know, it ain't he weak. He just saying to himself, he don't want no smoke. He trying to go home, trying to do this little bit. You know, his family saying, "Hey man, just do your time and come home." And a lot of guys, you know, ain't they know that's what's going on, but they saying this nigga weak. This nigga going to the store every week. You know, he got what I want. I'm finna go take this shit. I'm finna go rob this nigga. You know, that's how prison is. You know, you can in streets. You know, you can get robbed and niggas burglarize your house and all of that. And, you know, you can make changes in your house and goddamn protect your shit. In prison, you can't make those same changes. You know, sometimes you're gonna have to fight. Sometimes you're gonna have to kill. Sometimes you're gonna have to stab. You know, and I hate that. You know, because some guys just really just trying to, you know, come home.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that got killed, one of the guys that got killed. You know, I heard on your podcast, the guy was saying, "I don't respect them old nigga. He should have known better."
Oh yeah.
I hear you. I understand what you're saying, but you know, old boy, he didn't want to smoke, man.
Right.
Yeah, he was just trying to do his best to defuse a situation that was out of control.
Yep.
You know, and he got caught up.
Yeah.
And he lost his life. And I'm pretty sure he knew that he can get messed up, but he was just trying to do the best for his environment.
Right, right. Which is an OG move.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
But just, you know, guys, they don't respect. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know, like, I got a nephew, and he was one of the 12 who got stabbed at Washington.
Okay.
And he's at Jackson now on High Max. You know what I'm saying? He got poked in the lung. And I haven't talked to him. His mother has. She ain't said that why it happened. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't told me what exactly went down. I just know he's at Jackson right now. I know he got stabbed in the lung. But because at one point when I was talking to her, she was saying that we're gonna file a lawsuit. I said, you ain't gonna win it. I said, because all they're gonna do is rewind them cameras and show you how he was involved, and they're gonna kill it. And you're gonna put him in the worst situation. You know what I'm saying? Now they can charge him. They can charge him with murder.
Yeah, they can get slimy with it.
Yeah, so nah. You know, don't always think about money.
I heard that is 3 additional people that's on life support right now.
Yeah.
That the family just waiting. They hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate situation. That brother's supposed to come home 4 days. One brother just had a birthday. My man who got shipped, one of them got shipped to Metro.
Yeah.
And later died at Metro. It's like these people kind of on some short time. In my mind, I was like, they got all day, such. I can't really understand. But then these people shout to the door, and I said, man, it's more likely that you'll die in general population than it is being on death row.
Right.
It's just a different mentality.
Yeah.
I try to sit down and I try to listen, man, And a lot of these young dudes just trained to go. I had a dude on there last night. He was on my caseload when he was on the street, man, 13, 14 years old. But
I seen him.
yeah,
I seen him.
he had Washington now, but he done been stabbed up, man. There's been all types of stuff going on. And I was trying to understand the culture then, but I'm still trying to understand it now.
Yeah. You know, just like I didn't go home for Washington, but Washington was my second to the last prison.
Around about what time?
I left Washington maybe 2017, 18, somewhere in there.
Okay. And what was the temperature at that time?
It was smooth.
Yeah.
It was smooth. You know, the only thing about Washington, they had I don't know if you ever seen Sergeant Forts. He was on 13 in Hancock.
Okay.
But he was the unit manager down there, and he didn't play. They had, when they were starting the tier program, when they started them, Washington had like a tier program, but it really wasn't a tier. It was like long-term SIG.
So for people who don't know, what is the tier program?
The tier program is like it's basically the same thing, segregation. Where they lock you down, they take everything, books, pen and paper. You know, you just in a cell, and you know, it's just straight punishment, man.
Have you ever been in that program?
I ain't never been on the tier long-term SIG. I did 8 months on isolation before they transferred me and sent me to Wilcox. That was at Washington. They locked me down for 8 months for a phone.
For a phone.
Yeah.
And in your mind, when you locked down for 8 months, what's your day to day? How you stand?
I learned a long time ago on lockdown. It's you gotta learn to love yourself.
Okay.
You know, if you could deal with your mind, your self-conscious, you can make it through isolation.
Yeah.
You know, some guys, you know, you be on lockdown, you hear them guys screaming and hollering, you know, hanging themselves.
Yeah.
They can't deal with they subconscious. It's all mental.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, basically when I was on lockdown, long-term SIG, you know, the difference in SIG and TIL, you know, you can have pen and paper, you can get letters, you can read. So that's all I did. I had when I first went on long-term SIG, I had a pack of cigarettes, and I smoked. But I took that pack of cigarettes, I rolled it all up, and I sold it for books.
Wow.
You know, I just buying books. I was on my last book when I got out.
Hey man, I just told the juveniles the same thing. I was up here, and some of them got some time. And what I told them, I said, man, think of your situation. I don't know how much time you got. I don't know what your charge is. I ain't no lawyer. I don't care nothing about that. What I'm telling you is that you can turn this into a superpower. Because in my mind, I was like, ain't nobody reading like I'm reading, not on the streets. I say, I'm going to be, this week I'm going to knock out 2 books. And I'm going to knock out 2 books next week. Bro, by the end of the year, I'm going to be 200 books strong.
Right.
So I try to point out the power of reading, the power of expanding your mind. When I talked to little bro on the phone last night, I said, man, tell me something that you reading.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't reading nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
Because reading was how I was able to leave my cell every night.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just don't understand that disconnect. I do, but I don't understand it. At what point in time in your bid did that light come on? Where you like, you know what? This ain't it.
it was I was going through the situation. I had got an incident where um a dude lost his eye. You know what I'm saying? So they put me on segregation, and my mama told me that I wanted to never get out of prison.
Right.
And it hurt me. I'm talking about it hurt me. Cause like
she the one who stayed by your side the
right.
whole time. Yeah.
Cause like your partner in prison, he can tell you, man, them folks ain't gonna never let you out. This guy can tell you, but when your mom said
it hit somewhere else.
Yeah, it hit different.
Yeah.
And when she said it, God, it hurt me. It hurt me deeply. Mm-hmm. And I made up in my mind that I was gonna get out.
Yeah.
I was gonna show her. I was gonna show her I was gonna get out.
Yeah.
So I started making changes then within myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What kind of changes?
I just like we were talking about, I just started reading. Mm-hmm. I just started isolating myself. Mm-hmm. I just started writing, start analyzing my environment. Mm-hmm. I tried to write a book. Mm-hmm. Just a street little hood story.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't dealing in that fantasy world. I couldn't get there. So I just started writing about things I seen in prison. I just started writing about like I wrote about Martin Luther King. I Have a Dream. Mm-hmm. And if some happened in prison, a situation, I might write about it, analyze it, say how I would have handled it differently, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I wrote about a lot of stuff. Like 4th of July come, I wrote about Independence Day.
Right.
It just I just started changing myself. I had to see a difference in me. Not just because ain't nobody gonna see it until I see it in myself.
Right.
So I had to see a difference in me.
So let me ask you this: in your heyday, could you be compared to the YNs of today?
Yeah. But the thing that I never ran with a bunch of guys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have lines that you don't cross. Mm-hmm. And it's just certain things I wouldn't do. Like when I was in prison, when I was robbing, I would never rob from black.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It just I hate to say it, because like one time early in my sentence, I blame white people for my incarceration.
Okay.
Until I learned to blame myself, to start taking accountability for everything I did. But I blame the system. I blame the white people. I blame the streets, But as I got older, self accountability. You got to understand that every situation in life that you create, some situations are unavoidable, like death.
Yeah.
But a lot of things that happen in your life, you create. See, because a lot of what a lot of people do is good things happening in your life. Mm-hmm. And you end up say podcast and start making you millions of dollars. You're gonna take all the credit for that, which you should. But when the bad things start happening in your life, you got to take credit for that too.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people won't.
A lot of people won't.
Yeah.
I think I had a similar epiphany. I was just like, all this stuff is, I'm locked up, I'm a teenager, and it gave me all this time. And then I said, you put that pistol on them folk.
Right.
You know that was you that were doing all this right here. Right. You riding around with your little 8s and bolts and your real little saber with your herringbone, and you put all this together. So I once I stopped trying to place blame and start holding myself accountable, that's when I really started catching grip.
Right. Because
now it's like, okay, well, you kind of a scumbag, but we can work with it. Let's try to build on it. I'm gonna switch lane. What would determine if somebody was gonna get robbed or not?
Let me tell you, one of the robberies I did, it was a white boy named Miller Rich.
Mm-hmm.
And he was running pool, parlay. You know what? For a lot of people to understand, a pool. Everybody put together their money, and the best out of 10, whoever picked the best out of 10 winners, they get the whole pot.
Mm.
And so he was running a pool, running a store. So he had a little jury, a little weed. So they call him Miller Rich.
Miller Rich.
Yeah. So I said, shit. Man, when I got Miller Rich, it was me, a little guy named, we used to call him Chang Ain't Shane. He did now. Mm-hmm. Guy from Savannah named DL, another guy from Savannah named Chill. Mm-hmm. When we got Miller Rich, we took everything. And the only reason we took everything, I'm talking about mattress. We took his whole cell. We took his whole cell because we know he got dope. We know he got jewelry. We know we know he got everything. But we know that he ain't got it out in the open. Yeah. He got it hid. He might. Yeah. So we took everything. I'm talking about we packed them up.
It's not a traditional way to rob somebody in Cheyenne though. This some old.
And we stayed like Reedsville. They got like say F3 and 4 is on the front side. Mm-hmm. F1 and 2 is on the back side. Mm-hmm. So we on the back side. We living on the back side. We in F1 and 2, Miller Rich in F3 and 4. So after we rob them, we got to run all the way around the hall. 5 o'clock in the morning. When they call pill call, we went and got him.
He went to pill call?
Nah, he was in the room. He was in the room.
Oh, pill call was just y'all way to get over there.
Over there, yeah. We pulled out them knives. He said, y'all can have everything.
Just like that.
And we took it. We took everything.
You ever pulled a robbery that made you feel bad afterwards?
Yeah. I got this guy named he called himself Prince. And Prince run a little parlay, mm-hmm. little pool. And watch what I tell you. If somebody is watching this who was in Reedville at the time, because a lot of people remember. Mm-hmm. When I got Prince used to have seizures. And when he looked up on the bed and seen everything was gone.
No, don't do that.
He was sitting on the toilet. He fell out of the toilet and had a seizure.
No, man.
Yeah.
How did how did somebody end up losing their eye?
I was at the time I was in E4, and it was a dude named Carl Leonard. He had came off death row, and me, little dude named Dre and Applejack, we had plotted to get on Carl. Really, Leo Gibson. This how it started. Leo Gibson. He'll dude out of Jacksonville, and me and him were going through some changes, some changes and shit. So at the time, we had set up a lick. So what we were gonna do, me and Applejack, we playing Leo and Tony Carter and some cards, some spades for some money. So we don't care how it ends. We don't care how it ends. Because while we playing cards, we got Dre. Dre supposed to be goddamn stealing all Leo shit.
Yeah.
So we just want Leo at the card table.
Yeah.
So me and Applejack end up winning. So I said, damn, we finna go to this nigga cell. He ain't gonna be able to pay. You know what I'm saying? So we got that nigga. We got this nigga wholesale, and we're gonna have this nigga in debt store day.
Oh man, the double whammy.
So when we go to the sale to get the money, it's there. Everything there. Huh? Dre ain't did shit. So I'm mad.
It's a boy.
So I cuss Dre out.
Cause you ain't following no instructions. You more of a this how this gonna go type situation. Okay.
So I cuss Dre out. So Dre like, man, I want to make it up to you. So Carl Leonard come in the dorm from the hole. So when he come in the dorm, he just sit all his shit outside the room. So, he supposed to be a tough guy. He just coming off death row and all this shit there. So Dre steal all his shit, take it to my room. He called me and showed me the shit. So it's a guy named Robert Johnson. He on the telephone.
Yeah.
He watching everything.
Yeah.
So he get off the phone. When Carl done went outside and came back in, Johnson go tell Carl who got his shit, where his shit at and everything. So Carl pull up on me. Man, Tony, I don't want no problem, man. I just want my shit, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you ain't ready to get in no gangster shit. You can't get your shit back, man.
Just like that.
Just like that. So niggas, Carl Leonard, Leo, Tony, all them talking. So nigga come to my cell and say, hey, all them niggas out there, hold it up. I said, let's go. So we walk down the hall. I tell them niggas the same shit. If y'all niggas ain't trying to get in no gangster shit, y'all might well break this shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just about killing that shit before it kicks off.
Yeah.
So when they got down dispersed, we go back to my room. We pinned it down on Johnson. This who goddamn told everything.
Yeah.
So now I tell him this how we gonna do it. I said, Dre, I'm gonna goddamn get Johnson early in the morning. So he goddamn, when he in that bed sleep, back then Chang ain't had pool table. So I filled net bag up with some pool ball. Tied it up. Johnson in bed sleep. You know how Reedville, they pop the doors slide. So, it's like 5:30 in the morning. A lot of niggas sleep until they call chow. Some niggas get up, shut their doors. A lot of niggas just leave their door.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson left the door. I slid in there, you know, because rebuild is just one man room, ain't no top bunk.
Right.
So when you swing that goddamn net bag, it's a full swing.
Yeah.
So I ended up leaving him on the floor in a puddle of blood. And that all you can hear in the dormitory is this nigga, somebody please help me, somebody please help me. So I go to my room, I'm in there brushing my teeth. So I don't forgot who it was. I think it was a nigga named Big King. No, it was Tony Lard.
Mm-hmm.
Not Tony Lard, Tony Carter, Vanessa Carter. But his name Vanessa Carter, but they call him Tony.
Mm-hmm.
He goddamn took off running, hit the control booth, boom, 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 boom. Told him pop 18, pop 18, pop 18. Lady pop 18. He ran out and dragged him out. And she screamed, called the code. So I'm in cell 3, so I'm right there by the booth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching all this shit play out. So when she see him, she screamed. She look over there my way, and I'm like, damn, you know, I'm capping.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So they locked the door down. Went in there, cleaned up his cell. They called chow call. Go to chow call. So I'm already got there. I already said, you know, first thing you gotta do, because you don't know how shit gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
Put that knife on, go to chow. When I'm coming from chow, coming up the steps to the dorm, the CERT team coming through the back door. They went to calling out names. So I dug off the cell, threw a knife up on the nigga bed.
Yeah.
Come back out, handcuffed me. My whole little crew, they locked
everybody.
Yeah. But the thing that never really got me convicted or fucked up, because they were talking about at the time that, you know, they were going to give me the second strike, life without. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that really saved me was Johnson, because when they were taking him out, they kept asking, who did this to you? He was like, I don't know, I was in bed asleep. You know what I'm saying? But he really didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yeah. He really didn't know.
Yeah.
When he came back from the hospital and they had him in medical, niggas started telling him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever have a situation where your life was in danger, or you kind of could have got real bad for you?
Yeah, I got goddamn jumped on by about 5 niggas one time, and they fucked me up
for pulling cables.
Huh?
For pulling cables or some
about this nigga Johnson.
Yeah.
When I came off lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the nigga goddamn beat me so good. When I laid down on the pillow that night, my whole head was sore. I'm talking about, I couldn't even get comfortable on the bed.
Yeah.
Black eyes, stitches, you know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, one prison, you ain't gonna always have the glory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna if you're a fighter, you're gonna lose some battles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you put your ass in that line of fire, your ass gonna get fired up at some point. You know, so you know, you just, like a nigga say, you gotta take your lick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take your lick.
You ain't big on finessing. Your movements kind of be like brute and aggressive.
But you know, like, I'm big on finesse. I'm big on. I always, when I plan something, it's always gonna be a plan A and B. It's always gonna
Audibles.
It's gonna always be something that don't nobody know but me. It's gonna always be a way out for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if everybody else fall.
Right. There's gonna always be a way out. You know, that's life, man. You know what I'm saying? That's life. You know, some people they playing shit and they don't give a damn what about the end. You know what I'm saying? You know, now it's about young niggas be like, man, I'm just gonna take that lick, man. Man, I ain't taking shit if I ain't got to. Hell nah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, if I can outthink goddamn everybody, shit, I'm gonna outthink y'all niggas.
Yeah, that's the woman.
Yeah, hell.
That's the woman.
Yeah, I'm living life just to be a dummy, a crash dummy. Nah, man. Because that's what a lot of young niggas be saying nowadays. I'm just gonna crash out. Man, you was a dummy. You was a dummy.